What do you mean Wu-Tang? Why are you starting the show with Wu-Tang?
And nothing to fuck with.
You've never even
Wu-Tang.
been to Shaolin. You can't spell Shaolin. You've never even seen a Shaolin movie.
I've been to Staten Island 4 times.
One time we went, though, we bodied that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I
remember that.
How High episode, yeah. Shout out to Red and Meth. Wu-Tang. I feel like that should be like a, I don't know. Like,
Wu-Tang love the kids, man.
Yeah.
They're for the kids.
Word.
Yeah, for the kids.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We had a week off. Thank you guys for sticking it out with us. Obviously, for those that don't know, November 14th, we do have a live show coming up. It's our first live show, so we had to take a little bit of time off to go and make sure that looks aesthetically amazing as it will. So we're here. I'm one of the hosts, Brandon Killabh Hall. Before that, though, I want you guys to be sure to subscribe, hit the notification button, be notified for the latest to the greatest episodes. And then, I'm Brandon Killabh Hall.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon. Also, sign up for our newsletter. We are doing a ticket giveaway for our live show because there's no more available tickets and it's waitlist. So if you win this contest, you get 2 tickets to come to our show.
Hey.
And some merch, too. So make sure you sign up to our email listing and you will.
Or
Erin. I don't even know if I said my name. Erin.
Yeah, you didn't. But we're good. Erin.
I am the master of ceremonies. What's good, B? Regular Nas. You like that, right? Just mad regular. You know?
AKA Democrat Nas.
It's too many aliases.
Whoa. Democrat Nas. That is blasphemy.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's Republican. Get it correct.
Nas, Statistic Nas, Target Audience Nas. Essentials Nas. Now, what was the other one? Oh, of course, the infamous Nasty Nas.
And the black something Nas.
The black Gargamel and black Marty Jannetty.
I'm the man of 1,004 aliases, B. Get it right.
Oh, my God.
Red Bull's starting to kick in now.
Clearly.
Yo, G, make sure you get the logo, B. Feel good.
Just
I'm
because,
everywhere.
Just because you poke your chest up, it doesn't make your chest poke out anymore. It's just there.
And we have...
I'm Wylson.
And we back.
I know.
How I feel like I haven't seen you guys, man. Well, outside of me and you've been on the road,
Yeah.
on the road. But how are you guys doing? You haven't shaved, so that's okay.
I feel good.
Okay.
Haven't shaved. You got a problem with that, man?
Yeah.
You have an issue with me, Brandon?
No, I don't. I'm happy to see you guys. I was looking forward to this recording today, honestly.
Yeah,
me
too.
We hadn't seen you guys. Kanye's album dropped. I'm sure Wylson is relax.
All right.
I'm sure.
Relax. Okay.
I'm sure we'll get into that a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about the summits. We went to the summit. We went to REVOLT Summit sponsored by AT&T.
Yes.
Super, super dope. AT&T did a really, really good job.
I know, they had me work.
Yeah, and then Erin got pulled to work while we were fucking perusing.
I was not expecting to work that day because that's not my signed-on day for AT&T. But for those who don't know, I'm an AT&T influencer, so I work within their gaming, esports content, stuff like that. But yeah, they showed us mad love for grassroots. People there showed love for grassroots. Of course, we were there supporting our good friends on State of the Culture and stuff like that. So it was dope all around. Yeah,
definitely. Shout out to AT&T and REVOLT. They had a really, really good panelists there.
Yeah.
A lot of good content. A lot of good people. There was a lot of good people there that, and there weren't any incidents. Like, there was a mob outside when we were out there trying to get in, and it was chaos. And then as soon as we went in, everyone was just locked into the conversation. So I thought that was really dope. Thought that was definitely really dope.
You guys have fun out there?
Yeah,
Did you?
We got a lot done.
Yeah, you guys had a lot of fun, huh?
I'm sure you're watching plenty porn videos to hold you over.
I was actually working,
Working.
freaking fresh.
Working
the hands.
Is that what they call it in the business?
It is work. I know.
Can I just tell you, you guys can't see Wylson, but Wylson over here, literally, it looks like he's trying to go into the ring for Kanye right now. Like, I know he's so ready for this conversation.
Chomping at the bit.
Well, I mean, we might as well get into it.
Y'all want to get into it?
So, not this week, but week prior to, Kanye released his infamous Jesus is King movie as well as soundtrack to it, which is really an album. What is it, 7 records on there? 9 records, something like that?
25 minutes? Right?
It's 27 minutes of listening.
Perfect time.
Pleasure. So, I guess let's start from there. Initial thoughts first out, I guess.
I'll start. I have been saved. Okay? I never thought that Kanye could save a wretch like me.
Hold on, just real quick. So for new listeners,
cut his mic off.
I just want to make this clear. Just for new listeners,
No disclaimers.
New. Just wait, new subscribers. If this is your first time tuning into us, if you don't know, Wylson is a huge Kanye swim fan. I'll call it.
I'm a fan of many artists. Don't try to skew people's opinions.
I'm not. This is the truth.
I'm somewhere talking about how I've been saved, and this guy.
Well, you have to give people context. We can't. Somebody could listen to this and think that this is the Kanye podcast after you speak.
Well, they'll get to it.
I'm sure your opinions will contrast.
Once Wilson starts talking, they'll understand.
Go ahead. Rock out. I'm sorry.
Well, Kanye obviously went all the way in for Christ, right? Right? Can he do it? Will he do it?
Who, God?
Yeah, there you go.
No, God can do it.
He's trying to say, won't he will.
I know. When he said, won't he will do it.
And how you put it, it's a great album.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody who says that they don't like it, come on, man.
I've heard a better album in under 27 minutes for a lesser known artist.
Okay.
I probably listen to that more than I listen to Jesus.
Name a better Christian album.
I felt like that album could have
Hold
been...
on. Let Nas name a better Christian album.
I don't listen to Christian rap.
There you go.
Well, I'm not gonna go into that. I'll just talk about.
Lecrae has some good stuff. Andy Mineo has some good stuff. So I don't know what you're saying.
Would you say one of those is better than Jesus is King?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well,
it's okay to give it up to Ye, baby.
no. Honestly, I would have. His project would have been better if it was an instrumental project.
Well, that's the whole entire thing.
First of all, the lyrics themselves were just like.
Hold on.
In the great words. What did Yo from DJ Booth say? He said it was the elevator music for Christians.
Well, let me explain this. It was not. This is the Christian thriller, for one. Two, Kanye purposely pulled back on the beats, and also, the way how he delivered his message, so he didn't outshine the Lord.
He didn't pull back on his beats.
Do you understand?
He didn't pull back on his beats. It wasn't about him.
We all know Kanye could have done more in all aspects.
All of his interviews are him talking about himself.
It was about the message.
It wasn't.
Hold on. I just want to be clear.
And when it's about Kanye, it's about the Lord.
No, it's not.
Because he's in service.
Just really quickly, just so I'm clear, you're telling me that Kanye didn't display his full potential because he didn't want to outshine the Lord. That's what you're saying right now. I just want to be okay.
Yeah,
right.
obviously.
I got it.
But then that contradicts him saying that the God is what helped him with getting these tax refunds. So essentially saying that God is putting the work through them. So if he's not giving his best effort, that means he's saying God half-assed it with his project.
Well, Erin, the Lord's work isn't cheap.
No, answer my thing. Isn't that, you just said he did not put in his best ability because he wanted God to shine. If you're saying that his project is not his best ability, and in his interview, when he talked about the tax refund, he said God is the one that helped him do that. It was God channeled through him. Yeah. That's basically you saying that God channeled through him for his project. So that means God didn't do a good job for his project.
No.
So I'm going off of your logic. I'm going off of your logic right now.
Let me explain this to you.
Okay.
Ease with the smoke today.
Look, she has on black Air Forces. Look, she has on black Air Forces. She's ready.
She's missing the 8-ball jacket. Yeah. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'm not fighting E today with those black Air Force Ones.
She ain't going to play today.
Listen, I didn't want to do my hair today, so I'm ready.
So let me explain this. The frequency of music is so powerful, it can actually change the polarities of music. I'm sorry, of water. Do you understand that? So let me explain this.
My God.
Listen, what you heathens would consider better music, it would light a fire inside of you that is unchristian-like.
But
that's what you have to understand. So what Kanye did,
he did like a sham God.
So the fact that he even calls us heathen, it goes completely against the fact that Jesus Christ has accepted everyone, including prostitutes. So you yourself are being a hypocrite.
Kanye, he accepts prostitutes and everybody.
No, I'm talking about you. You're calling us a heathen.
Listen, man, the album.
You guys think you're not heathens?
Album was so
No, Jesus Christ died for our sins. But if you want to talk about the acceptance and period, he died for us to critique and have our own opinions when it comes to Kanye's music.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll say I said this on the Genius for the Record shit, but I'm gonna regurgitate it because I stand by this. And we talked about this, right? I like in this order. I'm listening to Jesus is King for the production, for the clips, beautiful. That record goes to the next level. Also with Kenny G.
That record's actually my least favorite. Go on.
Disrespectful.
His close on Sunday.
Yeah,
that's his.
And on top of it, Kanye really is the last thing that I listen to on the project. Like, I'm not going in to listen to him. Like, every time I've listened to this album, I like the album, right? But when I listen to it, I'm not going to say, oh my God, I want to hear this bar that Kanye just spit just because it resonated with me.
So what you're saying is Kanye did his job.
No,
it's not about him. It's about the Lord.
But I don't even think it was about the Lord, if I'm being honest.
But
if I'm being completely honest,
every bar.
Listen, just
hold on. Somebody turn out the lights. He is the light.
Oh
okay.
My God. Listen, what I'm saying.
Every bar.
What I'm saying is, I think more will be revealed. I think he spoon-fed us with music. That's why it's only 24 minutes or 27 minutes, whatever it is.
His last project was around the same range.
That's true. He's spoon-feeding. That's number one. Number two, to Erin's point, this is a huge tax write-off opportunity for him.
Lord's work ain't cheap, baby.
Okay.
No, it's because of how the IRS set it up.
Yeah, it's how the IRS set it up. Number two, my only fear, like I keep saying, if this is Kanye's new path, and this is truly authentic and genuine, I'm here for it, and I support it. I'm happy because he looks happy, right? Like, he looks genuinely happy, at least in certain interviews. Like, we watched the Big Boy interview, and then we watched the Zane Lowe interview. There is a difference there in behavior.
So hold on. So let me ask you this, because I saw you say this on with Rob Markman.
Okay.
What leads you to believe that it's not genuine? What have you seen that makes you think that it's not genuine? Or leads you to say that stuff?
Well, because I know the music business, I know marketing, and I know rollouts, right? So just like I said on For the Record, Kanye has been a college dropout. He's graduated. He has felt like Pablo. He's also felt like Yeezus, and now he feels like God.
No.
He
said Jesus is king. He's not Jesus.
You're missing.
He's Jesus.
You're missing one of my
close.
Points. I hear you.
Two different folk.
I hear you. But what I'm saying is very simple.
Close.
Yeah. What I'm saying is very simple. Each one of his rollouts for his projects, he engulfs himself into this character or air quote facade. And I'm not saying it's a facade questioning his beliefs. That's not what I'm saying. But there is a clear distinction with how he markets a product and brand, just like any artist. Jay-Z has done it with selling drugs, to change clothes, to Black Album retiring from everything, to then being grown up. Every artist has this, right? The difference is, at least for me, like a Hove or even like a Push or just whomever, it's more believable coming from them just because whatever that they've morphed into or changed into, it doesn't change over time, right? Like, it stays the same. That message still stays the same.
Okay.
Like Push, whenever he comes out, you know you're going to get some drug dealer bars. He's not abandoning that. That's who he is. I would be remiss to say, or I would be really, really scared if Kanye did this and spoke about something so passionately about Christ and the Lord, and then the next album, something has changed there.
Now,
hold on. The other reason why is not for music purposes. It's really for him. A lot of the interviews that I've seen with him is him talking about how he's saved, how he's found this newfound respect for the Lord and has that connection, which is beautiful. My only real concern for him is what happens if that connection is not enough and does not suffice for him emotionally and spiritually.
Now, using your logic, you also have to defend Kanye, because you use this past and how he engulfs himself into the things that he, believes, right? I believe very early in his career, he said that ultimately he wants to end up opening up a church or something like that.
He did.
To that effect.
It's perfect timing, too, because corporate taxes are down by like 35%.
And he's actually done it. So wouldn't that be a reason to believe he's genuine?
I mean, we can't.
Yes is okay.
We can't. Our thing is like, this is the
this.
first time. This is the first time he's
actually done
really dive into it. So it's okay for us to be skeptical. I don't know what's the problem with people thinking like you can't be skeptical of people who are like Kanye.
Good
if
point.
anything, you can sit and we've been sitting back and watching. We admitted the project that he had is good. I mean, I think it's better. I think it would be better as instrumental personally. But another thing too is like, right now, if you wanted to get into the religious sector or business, right now is actually the perfect time to, because like if you guys have been paying attention, Trump obviously has done, has done some stuff with corporate taxes. So it's in terms of taxes, it's actually better for business.
Yeah.
Churches are exempt from taxes, and for actually to even bring in more detailed information. So, for those who don't know, under American tax law, churches are exempt from having to pay federal, state, and local taxes. For purpose of U.S. tax law, churches are considered to be public charities, also known as Section 501c3 organizations. As such, they're generally exempt from federal, state, local income, and property taxes. So basically, also how it's set up is according to the IRS guidelines. For example, if you work for a church or a pastor, essentially a pastor is considered a self-employed if a church does not have control over the pastor's employment status or activities. When a pastor is given a housing allowance or provided some additional money, the IRS does not require this compensation to be reported as taxable income. So if Kanye wanted to do a church or he wanted to actually get into the religious sector, right now, one, it would be great for him. He talked about the debt, right? This would actually mean that he can funnel his business through the church, which then means that he's exempt from certain taxes. So then that'll help with debt. I have a problem, though, that he's saying that, oh, God was the one that helped him with that in terms of his interview. No, you just have incredible attorneys and accountants
that were created by God.
Let's keep it. God did not help you with your debt. Your tax attorneys and your lawyers are the ones, and how the IRS.
That's what strong devout Christians believe, that God helped them out with everything. Now, what you guys are accusing.
God gives you. God gives you. So, God can bless you, but you are the one that has to act on it. That's why God gave us free will.
But that's why he said he's in service to God.
But no. Now you're taking this into.
Well, let me ask you this.
No. Okay, first of all, you've never before have utilized God when it comes to conversations about Kanye. Let's not have conversations when it comes to religion and God in a way where it'll get a little bit ridiculous. Let's keep it on par, right?
Okay.
We're talking, that's what I said. I have no problem with you saying, God has blessed you. God could bless you with this opportunity, but it is on the person who makes that decision whether they're going to do it or not. Okay. So you can't sit here and say God is the only reason that you're debt free or whatever. No, you also need to be realistic and say your tax attorneys and your lawyers are able to help you find that loophole.
Okay, so what you guys are accusing Kanye of is pretty. Let me see.
What did I accuse him of? I just said it would be a perfect time for him to do that.
So what you guys are alluding to or implying.
Okay, now you're throwing words in my mouth. I just said that this is a perfect time for him to do stuff within churches.
Okay, so what it sounds like you guys are saying, because to me it sounds like you guys are possibly accusing Kanye of something very diabolical.
No, I'm not.
Using the church to make money or whatever else, right? That's pretty diabolical.
I never said that.
Okay.
I just said it makes sense.
I understand. Okay, so that would make sense to you. When it's me. So what I'm going to ask is, what has Kanye done in his past that would establish this pattern of him even being, involved in something as diabolical as that?
Can I answer this one?
Wait, hold on. One second.
This is easy.
Diabolical?
Hold on, just real quick. The easiest thing, the case in point that anyone can point out is aligning yourself with the likes of Trump, who openly has issues with minorities and has evil tendencies. And Kanye has gone on record and said, hey, I would rather, when someone asked Kanye if they thought that Trump was a racist, he said, hey, I would rather, at least I know who he is. At least I can do business with him. He is knowingly dealing with evil. No?
Okay. All right, so let's get this straight. Yeah.
Hold on. Tag me in.
Go ahead.
Also,
hold on, just to let y'all know, half of the country doesn't think that Trump is evil.
What does that have to do with anything?
Technically, that's your opinion.
Oh, no, I'm going off of facts.
Well,
I'm going off of.
I'm just saying.
No, I have to agree. That's an
I'm
opinion.
going off of.
Thank you.
His campaign.
No, it's not an opinion. I'm going off of recordings. Him talking about women. His approach on minorities. The bills that he's passed.
That's an opinion.
Again,
it's not an opinion. What are you talking about?
He's giving a lot of money to HBCUs.
Well, the problem
matter.
I have with he said in terms of running money through churches and stuff like that. Never once did I say that was a horrible thing to do. It just makes sense now why he would do it, especially on how the laws are set up for taxes. But for you to say it's diabolical, you do know that some of the mega churches pastors do the exact same thing. So technically, you are saying that they're diabolical, which then means that you're actually going against God if you're saying that they are children of God. So you're right now are actually the one that's saying it's bad.
So when you say that it's no coincidence that he's all of a sudden aligning himself with churches when he can make all this money, that's an accusation.
But
by definition.
But what's the problem with saying there's no problem with him aligning with churches? It's the same thing. You see a bunch of rich people that donate to charities. Not every person who donates to charity is doing it entirely because of that they want to help. It's because of just how the tax system is set up in our country. It's smart. A lot of people do it.
And I think that's what you're missing. I don't think
I'm missing anything, but okay.
No, I think you're taking it in a way like it's a bad thing. It's smart business. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not like if there's a checklist of covering your bases for being a gospel artist, Kanye is covering all of his bases. He didn't curse in his music. There was no secular references made. He's now funneling everything, all of his business through the church and donating through the church, which does give a huge tax write-off, right? He also is now going on church tours and giving free church services.
So what leads you to believe it's ingenuine?
I'm not saying that I believe that it's ingenuine. I just think that it's really disingenuous. Rather, sorry. Thank you. I don't know that it's disingenuous, and that's what I keep saying. This my entire thing is I just want to see, like, we've only seen a small fragment of what this is, right? Upon this coming out, you didn't know what it was. No one knew what it was. We've now. We have a minute to digest it. My only thing is I want to see what happens next. It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. And it's also really about the integrity you maintain while this journey happens. So for me, it's not that I have an issue with him. It's not that I even doubt his faith, because again, I'm not going to doubt anyone's faith, but my concerns are very accurate, and I think most people can agree with it, is that Kanye goes to extremes to promote certain things, or will engulf himself extremely into certain things that puts him in a bad situation. Case in point would be Trump and wearing the hat. While it's an opinion and all of that, I got all of that, but just wasn't the right time, wasn't the right message, wasn't the right person. And because of that, you will automatically look at him that way just because of past indiscretions. Right, wrong, or indifferent. That's what I'm saying. For me, I'm if it's legit, I'm cool with it, and that's it. Like, I don't have an issue. I thought it was dope. I thought it was super creative that, and I thought it would be challenging for him to make music that was non-secular, because all of his music has been secular for quite some time, and then on top of it, for it to sound actually really dope. Like, he made a gospel project that has hip-hop undertones and all different sorts of intricacies with it. That's great. But if it's not done from a pure heart, meaning if it's not really done for God, like if it's not really for that, again, he has to sleep at night, not me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not judging the man's faith. I'm not saying, no, that's a scam. I'm not saying that because I don't know what it is. But if I'm looking from afar, from the timing, from the interviews that he keeps doing, saying, "Oh my God, the tax breaks," then how he's marketing the project, it comes off a little crazy.
We'll agree to disagree, but that is an implication of doubt.
Yeah, I'm saying there's.
Okay.
I've never not said that. All I'm just saying is that
he's been throwing words in our mouth.
I don't know what you're saying. All I'm saying is. All I'm saying is he's given me reason to doubt him.
Okay.
Is all I'm saying.
All right.
That's all I'm saying. He's given me reason to doubt. The same way, and this could go for anyone. The same way we started to doubt Hov with this whole Colin Kaepernick and the NFL thing. While Hov has never given us a reason to, there is a small percentage of people that look at this like, you were running with Cap and you did all of this, and now you're signing with the air quotes enemy. There can be room for doubt. There's nothing wrong with that, but we don't know what's going to come of it until he starts to really engulf himself in this new journey.
All right. Good game, guys.
Good game. Oh my gosh.
So I mean, now that we got that out of the way, what did you got? What are some of the standout records on there?
The intro. I get up to that every day.
Yeah, the intro was dope. The intro was dope. I could have just did if he had Sunday service like that choir. If he had us 9 tracks of them, I would have been happy. I don't really care for the record, the album, I should say.
No.
Well, yeah, you kind of biased.
No, I'm not. Muslims believe in Jesus.
A little bit. Wait,
it's the same. What? It's the same. You do know that it's the same higher being.
Muslims believe in Jesus.
No, educate me. No, for real.
Wait, that's a serious question?
You don't.
Yeah, Muslims believe in Jesus. I didn't know that.
All right, well, I won't laugh at you then. No.
I really didn't know.
Yes, they do.
I thought it was just Allah, and that's it.
Muslims believe in Jesus. There's a difference between believing and worshiping, right? So we believe.
Okay, so you believe he existed.
We believe he's the anointed one.
Okay.
That he is the Messiah. With that being said, we don't worship Jesus.
What's the definition of Messiah?
The anointed one.
By God.
Yes.
The one.
So by Allah.
Yes.
In your case.
Okay. And we believe in Mary. And we believe in a virgin birth. But without going too far.
I didn't know that.
No, this is good. This is
Go
good
into it. Get into it because a lot of people don't even know that Judaism, Islam, and Christianity are actually all tied.
They're all intertwined. It's just different people at the helm.
It's literally, they just have certain
Abrahamic
branches that they believe in.
But anytime religious figures start talking about money and God gave me money, I get a little, did God give you that money? That's just me. Christian, Muslim, Jew, anybody who says, God wanted me to have this $68 million.
Okay, so now
well, break it down even more. He was saying
So what is it okay for God to give you? That's not our
what? No.
What is okay?
Wait, what do you mean? What is it okay for God?
If God can't give you money, what can he give you?
Listen, I'm just saying if
good looks.
when religious figures either way just start talking about, God wanted me to have this money and you were just in debt and you were just out there popping bottles and so I get a little withdrawn. That's just me personally. You know what I mean? I can't get into that. Good.
Let me ask you a question, right? So did you see the Big Boy interview?
I saw most of it.
Okay.
So that's a no.
So that's a no. That's what I got.
That's a most of it.
That's fine. Did you see the part where Kanye curses and said, I know that's not Christian like me. I know I'm going to go down to my Christian points because I cursed and said something that was secular. Do you remember that part?
Yeah.
Now, when you see that, right, do you, how can I put this?
I see a man with a lot of charm and charisma.
Oh my God!
Go on.
As most charlatans have.
He's not perfect.
And that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you see how things creep back in for him at times, where he tries to go the holy roly route and tries to.
Well, I can't judge him on that.
Well,
I can't judge him on that.
Well, technically,
y'all won't even let me. Y'all don't even know where I'm going. Y'all have no idea what I'm saying. Y'all have no idea what I'm saying.
Well, come on, man.
All I'm saying is, even when you think of those instances, a lot of times that's him subconsciously thinking about those certain things.
You know
right?
what I really think it is? I think that he knows that word or whatever that he said isn't that bad, but people like you that are going to doubt his faith.
Who said that? I
might say something, so he just throws out that disclaimer. I think that's why he does it.
But let's go back first. Again, stop saying I'm doubting his faith because that can be misconstrued. At no point am I doubting his faith.
I'm sorry. Not his faith.
Times.
Not his faith.
I'm not doubting the man's faith.
Not his faith. Not his faith.
Hold on, let me say. That's kind of messed up.
His mission.
Man, to hold him to such a standard.
His mission.
How did I hold him to the standard? He held himself to the standard. He said it. What are you talking about?
I don't agree with you.
Listen what I'm saying. Now you're wrong right here. He is the one that touch me like he's the one that corrected himself. He's the one that corrected himself.
This past
That's
week.
what y'all missing. I'm not the person that said, he just cursed and he loses Christian points. He was in the interview and said something and then said, I know the Christian community is going to judge me and dock my Christian points for me. He said it, not me. So I'm only saying it's a thing where he is still subconscious about it. That's all I've been trying to say. Y'all just want to go on the defensive and think that I'm trying to bash the guy.
Yeah, my whole my whole thing is, I agree with Nas before in terms of the tax refund thing. I think that you can say that God has blessed you, but also let's also be realistic about how things function in this great country we have called America. But I think to kind of go back to one of your points originally in terms of what can God give us?
Yeah.
God can bless you with circumstances and opportunities and stuff like that, but essentially at the end of the day, it's your choice about what you do. There are stories in the Bible where there are individuals who were given something and they either misused it or et cetera, and it was taken away. So at the end of the day, if you are blessed, it's still the action of you, the child of God, to decide what you want to do with it. And I know I'm getting a little bit like somewhat religious, but I think it's important to note that just because like, and that's also another thing. And maybe he's someone who's still on that journey of like learning about the Bible and God and stuff. And that's, which is fine because like, even I'm like doing more of that every single day, but I just don't like where it's like, I'm the kind of person where it's like, God does bless us with stuff, but for something as so particular as in like God gave you a tax refund, for me, that kind of sounds disingenuous to me personally. Now, if you say God bless me with the people around me who helped me get through this, then that's fine. But it's just for me, that part, and kind of going back to what Nas was saying, there's certain things in that component where I'm like, I don't really like that.
I think the easy thing to say though is to say I say I'm blessed to have this team, right? But all of the things that we did, I think it's too much of a conversational piece to be like, yo, hey, Wylson, Michaela, and they all blessed me to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think people just jump to it quickly and just say, I'm blessed for this. Okay, so if God can bless people with things, we can all agree God blessed Kanye with an immense amount of talent, right? Yeah, that goes without saying. And that $68 million is directly stemming from his talent, correct? Yeah, you're right.
Depends what he does with it, though.
So that's God, baby.
No. But it also depends on what you do with it as a person. God gives people talents, but some people don't even act on those talents.
Well, Kanye already said God's using him to show off. Won't he do it?
It's all a test, man. It is all a test.
Yo, you really see no. Do you think that Kanye does anything wrong? Honestly, like, and this is a serious question. I'm not joking. I really want to know. Well, wrong for me is a strong term. And aside from Kanye, you probably can't point out too many things that I say is wrong. I'm sorry. Wait, I got lost in the bullshit. Say that again. I'm saying? No, say that again. Like I normally don't condemn people. Mm-hmm. I'm not for things that other people would deem as wrong or whatever else. You're putting words into my mouth. I'm not. I didn't use the word. I didn't say anything about you. You said condemn. I asked, do you find anything wrong with certain I don't things? Condemn. I know, but forget condemn. I'm not talking condemn. Let's stay on point. What I'm asking is, have you throughout this time and you following Kanye and you being a Kanye stan, do you see? There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Why is everybody on the defense? I'm not dissing you. I'm just saying I'm a Kanye stan. I have on Yeezys. I'm a fan. All right. All I'm simply saying. As long as we equals. We're not equals. That's the difference. The difference is I can look at my fan or I can look at the person that I fan over and I can be objective about it. Yeah. Do you think that you're objective about Kanye? Well, wrong is a matter of opinion. What I'm saying is objective. The word is objective. Hold on. Unless it's something like rape, senseless murder. Things like that are wrong. If somebody wants to do Christian music, right? And I'm not gonna try to find or pull threads from that. So let me ask.
He's saying no.
You haven't answered the question.
He's saying
no. You're not answering the question.
He's just asking you. Do you yourself
what I'm basically
look
saying,
at something that Kanye has done and it's just like okay?
What I'm saying is. Name another of course, no, I don't see anything that Kanye does is wrong.
There you go. That's it. But we can say that for a lot of artists. I can say that same thing about a lot of artists. I don't care about the other artists. I just want that's what I have to convey. You see, that's why I can't just answer it straight for you guys. Because you're gonna try to stop me there. But we can say that about Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A whole bunch of artists. So
we're all children. We're all God's children. We're flawed. Yeah. That's why Jesus died for our sins. So everyone's flawed. I see a man making a church, including Kanye.
I see a man making a church. I don't just go grab my old pitchfork and torch, get out there. I go, let's see where this is gonna go.
I mean, we do the same. We didn't record for even
if he went back to making non-secular music, I'll be like, he's allowed to do that. He can still believe in God and make non-secular music.
Mace did it.
People could change all they want. Mm-hmm. That's what life's about.
True.
If he's in this phase of life right now, he can go as hard as he wants for it.
But the reason why I asked that question is because even keeping up with the Kardashians, watching an episode of that where he was judging Kim on her attire and said to her, hey, at one point I obsessed over naked women and video girls and I tried to make you into that. I'm no longer into that. Yeah. How do you think that affects the people around him that where 1 minute he is spiritually sound and is trying to change his whole environment to the point where he asked people that were recording with him to be abstinent. And then
no. The reason why
I just want to finish my point.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is, you can't make these waves in people's lives like fans, family, friends. Yeah. And then everyone else is now, air quotes, converted into this new way of living, right? Yeah. And then you then go back to making non-secular music when you shunned your own wife.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Well, he hasn't done that yet.
He's already done it. What are you talking about? I just gave you an example. On Keeping Up with the Kardashians, he was watching. She was getting dressed for the gala. She was wearing a leotard top, and he stormed out of the room.
I didn't say that didn't happen yet. You said, and then go back to making non-secular music.
No, I'm talking. No, forget that. I'm just saying.
That's what you just said in your sentence. That's what I'm responding to.
I know, but what I'm saying is that hasn't happened yet. We don't. God forbid that happens. What I'm simply saying is I'm talking about creating the waves in people's lives and changing the way people operate on a daily basis, and then going back. How do you think that will impact? That's what I'm asking. I'm not saying that.
I'll answer it like this. You've done music before. Mm-hmm. You know the vibes are very important all around, right? So if you're making something as powerful as a Christian album, right? Do you want a bunch... You're going to want everybody to be kind of on their best behavior or whatever else, as Christian as possible, so it seeps into the music.
That's bullshit.
So it gets baked into the cake.
That's bullshit.
No.
Because Christians and just like Lutherans, where their acceptance of all races, creeds, and beliefs. That's not how Christianity works.
Okay, so let's say you're in the studio, you're making an album. You like to talk about guns, sorry about that. Guns, drugs, and whatever else, sex,
promiscuity,
violence, right? Right? And then some square walks into the room with his Bible, and he's just living a completely different lifestyle. You're probably gonna be like, "Hey, buddy, can you leave while we're recording?"
Why would you kick him out?
You're messing up the vibe.
No.
Okay. No, if that was it. We should have been kicked you out a long time ago. But
I am the vibe. What do you mean? I'm the vibe, baby.
Nah, man.
I would say that, like, to kind of answer your question, to kind of piggyback off what you're saying, that's why I have an issue with certain religious people.
That's my only issue.
I can't force my way of life on you.
That's my only issue. That's my only issue.
You can't tell. Hold on, Wilson.
Thank you. You got it.
If I'm out here, y'all know I don't eat pork.
You ate pork.
Hold on. Don't do that. if I don't eat pork and I come around and y'all having a ham sandwich, or G who has his homemade ham and Swiss, and I go, yo fam, can you not eat that in here? I'm in here. Yeah. Y'all gonna look at me like, yo. Yeah. That's that man's sandwich.
And that's my only point. That's my only point. When you disrupt people's livelihoods, when you're that big of a person, you're playing with a lot of people's lives. That's all I'm saying. Again, to be clear, I'm not doubting him. I'm not saying he's not a man of faith. I'm not saying even what he's doing is not
he specified
authentic.
The creation of the album.
Correct.
So get producers that's already living like that. Don't try to make your producers do that.
But I have a question. Thank you. I was trying to think. Let me ask you a question. What do you think about this? Hold on.
Do you think good producers grow on trees?
Yeah, they do actually if you just find them. But listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Because God made those trees.
Yeah, God made those trees.
you think there's a bunch of Mike Deans on trees?
Yeah. You know how many? We live in New York City. You know how many talented people you walk past every day that you would never know?
Like, there's so many. There are so many talented people out here.
Okay, so make another hole.
Okay,
bet. So Kanye's a producer. There's a bunch of Kanyes on trees?
Yeah, there is.
There could be based off of statistics, there can be another Kanye in terms of producer out there.
You think that there's Kanye is a one of one that someone of his stature. Listen to what I'm saying. Meaning, in terms of his creative ability, everything that he's done, you don't think that there's someone else out there that isn't as less notable as Kanye, that doesn't have the same skill as Kanye?
Based on current data and information, no, there's not.
Okay.
Can you name him?
So let me ask you a question, because no one seems to be able to answer this question, but maybe you can.
Oh, absolutely.
Why do you think Chance the Rapper and Kurt Franklin pulled out from the album?
Why did they? I mean, all I heard was Chance the Rapper praise him on talk shows and everything else.
And then he didn't praise him. He didn't praise him. Mm-hmm. He didn't praise him. He tippy-toed and said, I support Kanye, and I hope that it's legitimate.
Okay.
He said that.
Okay, so what you're doing right now...
Kurt, I'm just asking questions.
Okay.
And even for Kurt Franklin, did you see the clip that came out when Kurt Franklin said, hey, if you're going to do this, you have to be serious about it. I'm not going to get vested with you.
That's fine.
If you're not serious. And they were working on the album together, and then there's no sign of Kurt Franklin.
That's fine.
Okay.
Why does Kurt Franklin have to be on it?
Well, I would think...
Didn't Kurt Franklin work with him when he wasn't making...
Which is my point.
Non-secular music?
The difference is Kurt Franklin was making the type of music that Kanye wanted to make, so it was a collaborative thing, right?
He knew where he stood.
Correct. He already knew what his beliefs were. Kanye coming over to the other side, meaning gospel music, where that's Kurt Franklin's home. That's Chance's home.
Yeah.
It's just a red flag for me when you have those people that you've worked with, I should say, for years. They abandon the project. I mean, I'm just saying it's a red flag.
Okay, if you see it as a red flag,
you don't
that's
see it
fine.
as a red flag.
I see it as a green flag, baby. And
I don't even know what a green flag is.
For me to even attempt
what
to
is
answer,
a green flag?
It means
go.
To go. So for me to even attempt to answer that, it would be pure speculation.
So speculate.
I'm gonna assume that maybe they pulled out on the album. I mean, it'd be hard for me to make a guess because Chance said nothing but good things about him.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, overall, my only issue, and not even an issue. Let me not say that because you'll get triggered. I don't have an issue. My only thing is just that. My only thing is to Naz's point is when you start to force religion on people. That was the reason why I left my church.
Well, no,
right?
He gave them a choice.
No, he wasn't. He's not giving people a choice. What are you talking about?
Well, you can either abstain or you could just not work on this album.
Monitor that?
Sounds like a choice.
And you think that's a choice?
Cameras.
Hey, listen. If for any reason I was making music and Kanye was like, "Look, all you gotta do is just not get buns to be on this project," I'll be like, "The fuck are buns? I don't need them."
That's a lie.
So what I'm saying, what I'm saying is that's not really a choice. When you have a collective of people that work for you, that you are employing, and you're paying their bills essentially, employing rather.
Brandon.
Sorry, when you're employing these people and you say to them, hey, during the making of this album, however long that is, and because God only knows how long the making of this album was and the movie was, right? You're asking them to abstain from having sexual intercourse.
Is that just single people or married people too?
No, just if you were not married.
Oh,
yeah,
premarital sex.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is when you do things like that, you're not letting people have free will, which God wants you to have. That's not an option. If I'm paying your bills and I say, yo, you're either gonna go walk down this hallway naked or record this album.
No.
It's not really a choice.
No. He's not Harvey Weinstein, buddy. He's not damning their careers.
I didn't say that.
He didn't say, hey, if you choose to walk out of here right now, you'll never work in this town again.
I'm not saying that either. I'm not saying that.
But that's for me to illustrate to you that him saying that or asking them of that is not that big of a deal. It's not that bad. They can choose not.
To him, maybe, but these are people that are not. And maybe.
But what if also what if he says that? What if someone's working with him and they're like a Buddhist or they're Islamic or something? Yeah. You can't tell someone to do something. You know, you can't. When someone's other religion or just their way of life that does not even impact you and they have it in a set manner, right?
Yeah.
And you tell them something that they have to do that could go against their religion in order to provide money for their family. That's not okay.
Well, it is okay. Here goes why it's okay. It's his project.
But at the end of
he can do whatever he wants.
That's true. He can do whatever he wants.
This world isn't made of rainbows and gumdrops. Give me some, Nas. Sounds like something you would say.
No. You're right.
You're on your own, Wilson.
Now you're not going to jump in? All right.
You're right. I get what you're saying. It's his project, his rules.
Come on, dude.
But all I'm saying is when it's your loved ones and people that have been working with you and you know these people and their lifestyles, you're turning people's lifestyles upside down.
So let me ask you this. Like when P. Diddy was making the band and he made them walk to Brooklyn for cheesecake,
how's that?
Did you get all up in arms about that?
How is that remotely
the same?
similar?
He put them through physical Pain.
No. Whoa, hold on.
If I remember, it was a very long walk.
It was. It's Manhattan to Brooklyn. That's an extremely long walk.
So, for example, if we're doing this podcast, right, and I tell Nas, yo, you got to eat pork or you can't come onto our podcast.
Nah, see, that's crazy.
So what's the difference if you're telling someone to do something that they're already working with you? And now a lot of these people have been working with Kanye. It's not like it's the first time they've worked with him. They've probably been working with him for a long time. He probably brought them in even before he made that decision to tell them to abstain, right?
Yeah.
If you're already signed on and you're contractually obligated and you're doing, obviously you need to provide for your family. If I do all that to Nas and then I tell him, yo, you need to eat pork or else you can't record moving forward with us.
Well, look, in your example, that's a clear violation of his religion. Hold on. Him eating pork is a clear violation of his religion. What religion is abstaining a violation?
There's polyamorous people who live their polyamorous lifestyles.
That's a religion?
There are people that have, I said religion and lifestyle previously. You didn't hear that. Thank you.
You just now gave an example that clearly violated his religion.
But you use a religion with Harvey Weinstein. It had nothing to do with it. Mine actually has to do with the fact that it could impact someone who've already established their religion, already established their lifestyle. If it does not impact you, for all you know, there are people that there's different. There are even like certain religions that they're not even mainstream, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have someone who's working and they have their private lives and that's the way it is, right? For example, if you have a producer, right, who has 3 wives and you tell them, oh, only people who got 1 wife can work on my project.
That's fine.
But no. But my thing is like, if he's already obligated and contractually signed on, that's not fair to him.
That would be a loophole, though, in Kanye's example, because Islam, we can have more than one wife. But according to the United States government, that's bigotry. So I would have, not bigotry, bigamy. Yeah. So I can only be legally, under the United States law, be married to 1. But Islamically, I could have up 3 more wives. But if I'm working with Kanye, I'm legally married to 1 woman, and according to his ideology, I would be having promiscuous sex with my other 3 wives because I'm only Islamically married to them. So I wouldn't be able to work on that.
But here goes how things work. When you call the shots, let's say you're in the studio.
Right.
Brandon's a big producer. Nas walks in. He's like, I don't like what the fuck you got on. Get out. He could do that. It's his fucking project. He could do whatever the fuck he wants. That's what you have to understand.
It's not that there's a problem that he can't do what he does. It's still fucked up.
Yeah. How?
I can see. I'm walking with you up until the abstinence from sex.
I'm walking with him too.
Asking people to be abstinent from sex while you're trying to make a Christian album and just sucking all the spirits in the environment.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that one's got crazy. Yeah. I don't want your vibration in here.
But here's what I'm
He's allowed to do that.
Hold on, Wilson. Here's where I'm rolling with you. If we're at work, we're in the studio and we're all making the album, and I go, yo, I'm in charge. I go, I don't want anybody. No, I don't want no pork in the studio. I don't want no alcohol in the studio. No weed.
What if I love bacon?
In the studio, I said listen to the words I choose. In the studio, I don't want any of that because I don't want that messing up the vibes in the studio. Outside of that, you can do it's your personal life. You can do whatever you would like.
All right.
In the studio. So, but what he's doing is outside of the studio on your own time. I don't want you doing that because I wouldn't do that, and that's
because what you do outside of the studio gets pulled into your vibration.
We're going around in circles, man.
It does. What you do in life is what makes you.
If that's the case, then why did he judge his wife on what she wears? Because if you are a Christian, you shouldn't judge your neighbors. You should love thy neighbors for who they are, and that's how it goes back to Christianity. It's hypocritical at this point. You're saying that.
Well, I didn't watch that clip, but from what you guys are saying, it sounds like a conversation between a man and his wife, and he's on a new kick, and he's trying to pull her into it. And from what I understand, she said to him, look, you can't do this, like this, that, and the other. And that was the end of it.
But that wasn't the end of it.
No, he got mad and walked away.
He got upset.
So he's not allowed to do that in a marriage?
I'm not saying that he's not allowed to do it.
Throwing words, man.
I'm not saying that he's not allowed to have rules for his own recording, even how he manages his marriage. What we're saying is that these are egregious asks at times.
How is that egregious?
He created Kim. He openly said, yo, he's the same person. No? What do you mean?
I don't know if he created
What do you mean?
You just can't force. You can't force someone.
He rebranded the shit out of her.
Didn't create her though.
You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
You said it. Not us.
Y'all know what I mean. Let's not play tit for tat. Y'all know exactly what I'm saying.
But that leads into a different question.
He marketed her a certain way on social media.
Okay.
He touched her a certain way in the public eye, be it grabbing her ass, doing a bunch of things.
That's his wife.
It does. I'm not. Why are y'all getting off that? What I'm saying is he created something and is now trying to change it. It's a lot for the people that are around him, at least the way I'm looking at it. It's a lot for the people that are around him, for him to up and be in arms to want to be this type of person now, where you're changing the lives around people drastically.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
So you guys bringing up that situation, it kind of implies that a man or a woman isn't allowed to try to persuade their significant other towards a direction that they think would benefit them.
Not what we're saying. It's not what I'm saying.
Wait, persuading someone is different than straight up telling them don't do that anymore.
Yeah, that's the difference. He's not giving a lane. He's just pretty much saying, "Yo, you're not wearing this," you're not doing this.
For Claire, I just want to make sure I'm understanding you guys correctly. Are you referring to like suggestion?
So this is what happened. I'll say it again. Long story short, during the Met Gala, Kanye walks into the dressing room. Kim was already on the couch, very upset because I guess Kanye must have sent her a message about her attire. She goes off and says, "Yo, I don't know what's wrong with him. This is me." He comes into the dressing room. They have a conversation in front of everyone where he says, "Yo, at one point, I wanted you to look like this. I was obsessed about all of these different types of women, all of these exotic women. I am on a new path. I don't want you to wear this." She was only wearing a leotard top.
Okay. Were her titties out?
No, she was completely covered. The only thing that was out was her shoulders. She had a smidget of cleavage, but
so they were pressed together like two holiday hams.
Yes, they're supposed to be. Yeah. But the outfit that she wore for the Met Gala, it called for that because she had to be compressed. Did it call for it to be pressed together like two holiday hams? Yes, it did.
Glistening?
The reason why is because it was a tight dress. Regardless of all of that, her issue was that, just because you're on this whole new kick now, this whole new lifestyle, does not mean you have to force everyone else to do it. That was what she said verbatim. That's what I'm saying.
That's fine.
That's all I'm saying.
That's okay.
His own wife is making a point to say, hey, this is a lot. That's all I'm saying.
But then when we bring it up, or when people bring it up, it sounds as though you're demonizing him for saying that.
How?
That's all I'm saying.
I think we should just agree to disagree.
Yeah,
that's not demonizing.
Yeah. That's not demonizing. I'm pointing out what his wife said, and you're talking about him demonizing.
Yeah, but no. But what you're saying is that what Kanye said was bad or wrong.
No, what I'm saying is Kanye is making a ripple in his life. At no point did I say what Kanye said is bad. Stop taking it out of context. Okay. What I'm simply saying is what he is doing in his inner circle is affecting people. That's all I'm saying.
Affecting them in a good way or a bad way?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. You can't answer that. No one can answer that but that core of people. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's demonizing. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm just simply saying that he clearly is making waves in his life where people are openly going out and making comments about it. Case in point, his wife.
I feel like a 40-year-old New Yorker with this fitted free braggy.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Just looking at my little reflection.
Oh my God.
What's next on the docket? Because we can talk about this for the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it's so interesting, like the mix between hip hop and religion and just even converting over, like changing your lifestyle. Like, can you imagine Kanye just doing this 100%? Like all of his music changed. Like even when they asked him during the interview, like, hey, do you think are you still gonna perform your same records? And he's like, yeah, I'll just dub out lines or I'll leave it blank. Like, do you think about Gold Digger? Like, Gold Digger is a hit record. You know how much shit is in that record? You know how many bleeps he would have to take out? How many sentences he would have to rewrite? I'm just thinking about it holistically. Like,
you call it Soul Digger? Make it about the devil?
Touche.
He could.
No one man should have all that power. Could be changed to no man has that power. Only God has it. Something like that.
I can't.
Only God could have all that power.
Well,
perfect.
I'm Kanye'd out right now. Yo, we do have to talk about John Witherspoon, though.
Yeah.
John Witherspoon. So last week, John Witherspoon at the age of, what was it, 70? He was young, man.
77.
77?
that's around the time that men usually, because men don't live as well. They say that men won't live as long as women, just genetically.
You stress us out.
Nah, Jay, you got like 13 years, bro.
No, because you guys wank your lifespan out. That's why.
We out here. You stress us out. That's what that's when dudes become good dudes to their wives. It's like after they die, they go, "Yo, he was a good dude. He treated me so good."
No, man.
When you're there, it's like, "Yo, you're an idiot. You're an idiot."
It sounds like you're in an abusive relationship and you're being abused.
I've seen it. Married couples that get together and they're going back and forth, and then he dies, and she goes, "I miss him so much." And he was so good to me.
But my parents are like that. My parents
you.
argue. It's the funniest thing. I can show you. My mom and my dad, they argue. Like, my mom will curse my pops out, but I'm sure God.
Yeah, your pops look mad cool.
Yeah, like, but my pops fucks with her too. Like he'll say certain things and do certain things like that will trigger her, that he knows will trigger her. But I think that's the beauty in relationships. Like that's what when you get older. I think the things like when you're younger, you think about sex, you think about going out, drinking. When you get older, a lot of your fun comes with knowing the person that you're with and being able to just pick at them and then stop and then just like that's just fun shit. Like it's just really what it is.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna miss Johnny Witherspoon, man. The Boondocks is not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing, man. His son
does a good impression of him.
He does, but
really good.
He does, but it's not John Witherspoon.
Oh,
it's not the same humor. You know what I'm saying?
Of course not.
I've never seen someone eat grapes in the weirdest freaking way than what he did in Friday. Till this day, I still look at it. I'm like, who eats? Like, I can't think of anybody.
He had the whole bag.
And he was like rubbing his teeth, like he was like, I was like, yo.
Every time
I'm in the kitchen. You in the kitchen. In that goddamn refrigerator.
I'm telling you, but that's just mark my words. When you get married and you have kids, I'm telling you, he was a good dude. It's like, why don't you tell him that shit while he was there?
Yeah.
Before it's like, yo, you fucking idiot. You always leave a fork in the goddamn sink.
Yeah.
Don't generalize. Not all relationships are like that.
That's true.
Maybe just yours.
98%.
So it's a strong 80 to 85.
Yo, are you wearing glasses because you got punched in the face by your wife?
No, man, I was working last night.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was concealing.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, you're starting to strike me as a victim a little bit.
Yo, no one knows what you do for a living. You're probably like Magic Mike.
Yeah, you wear a lot of hoodies.
Nas definitely a male stripper.
Yeah, dark glasses. Like, you have a lot going on.
Yo,
he's Tommy from Martin. Nobody knows exactly what I do.
He's definitely a male stripper. That's why he works some long nights gyrating. Man. That's why he got the glasses on.
One of these days, you're going to find out what he does for a living.
Man,
one of these days.
I couldn't be no male stripper.
You're probably like a government agent or some shit.
I couldn't be no male stripper, man.
Yo, you definitely work at Popeyes. You just took off today.
I'm
he went in and said closed on Sunday.
Yeah, man. Can you imagine like male strippers? You gotta put a lot of stuff to the side. I'm just thinking about that, man. Because when some dude come in there and slap your cheeks and you're not with it.
Oh man.
Nice. And now he's stuffing like,
do you have to be a little fluid?
No, I mean,
if you're a male stripper?
I think you have to be secure.
No.
You have to be secure.
I think you got to be secure. I don't think it's a prerequisite. Yeah,
because if you had a bachelorette party and then, the homeboy comes through that, that's his lifestyle. Yeah. And he's waving a 50. Are you gonna say no? That's your job.
Sounds like a nightmare.
That's your job.
He's right though. It's your job at that point. It's kind of like
I've been to the gentleman's club when Shorty was just standing there in a bikini bottom and the dude is drunk. Takes a wad of cash and just slaps her in the face with it.
And she takes it like a champ.
Yeah, she stood there. I'll never forget.
You remember when 50 threw that bundle at the Shorty and hit her in the head, though?
Yeah.
He chucked this shit at Shorty. She was behind the bar.
One of those.
Boom. She was like, thank you. I'm like, wow.
Man, I was like, I felt bad.
Yo, he hit her hard in the face with that shit.
Boom. Thanks.
I was not invited.
There's a one time Brandon actually invited me out.
Oh my god!
And then got mad because I had to get a ride back to the train. He's like, "You're taking me out of my way."
Here we go.
So you invited me out, bro.
Because you live in Omaha or some shit, and you wanted a ride home or something. It's crazy.
Right. It's crazy, bro.
I don't know. But yeah, definitely rest in peace to John Witherspoon. Family and friends definitely in our prayers. Comedic legend, icon. Like, there's so many things you can call this guy that, like...
Yeah, I forget. Oh, my God. Who said it? I don't want to mess it up. I think it was either Keith Nelson or it was Jinx who said this. I don't know. I retweeted both of them on something. It was very similar. Basically, he was one of the only actors who are able to consistently play like our uncle or someone of that figure, but never felt outdated.
Yeah.
Facts.
What about Clifton Powell?
Yeah.
Huh?
Clifton Powell always plays like some dirtball, some older black dirtball.
Yeah, but he like John Witherspoon's character is very consistent. Or was very consistent, I should say, in meaning just being the perv old guy.
But he does that. I saw him on, I hate to cut you off, on DL Hughley. He was like, yo, when I do my stand-up, I wear a bow tie and I wear the white shoes.
No, that's really him, though. Like, I saw him at Caroline's many moons ago. And like I said, I think I said it on the show, he's one of my favorite stand-ups that I've seen because even he could just stand there or he could have just stood there and just make a face and you'll start laughing. Like, it's only certain people. Before he even started his bit, people just started laughing. He's like, yo, y'all didn't even hear my fucking joke yet. Like, wait. But you know what kind of power you got to have that kind of influence without even opening your mouth?
You know he's from that Richard Pryor, Richard Pryor show.
Definitely.
He wrote for the Richard Pryor show.
He wrote for it, yeah.
I wish he did a special.
He did one special, and he's in a bow tie. It's I think it came out like 2003, I want to say.
Word? I gotta look it up.
Yeah, it was, I can't think of the name. I'll have to look for it. But he did do one special.
It's called Bang, 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 Bang.
No, it's something similar to that, though. But he starts the show with a bunch of famous lines from the Boondocks, lines from Friday, lines from Boomerang, lines from, what else? Huh? You got to coordinate. Thank you, Chris. You got to coordinate.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good.
All right.
It was good.
You saw it?
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
You got to coordinate.
I'm a John Witherspoon fan, man. I saw him. I became even much more of a fan. I know that's a double negative, but I became a bigger fan after seeing him in person. Like, it's a different type of funny, the way those jokes hit in person. So I'm grateful for that. So.
Hey, John, man.
Yeah, I think. E, are you still looking for the specific tweet shit you're talking about, or the stuff?
No, something else that we're doing for our live show that I'm trying to finalize.
Yeah, that's fine.
Actually, no, we can say it because by the time this comes out, it's the 2 tickets giveaway.
Oh yeah.
Just fixing up,
Finalizing that, guys.
Getting something.
Cat Beat coming. Oh, sorry.
Oh my God. All right. Well.
Came out of nowhere, man.
Yeah, let us know what you guys think. Make sure you comment in the comment section. Let us know what you guys think about Jesus is King, and definitely share your favorite moments with John Witherspoon. Did he raise you? What are your favorite moments that you had?
Raised.
What do you mean? You weren't raised on Fresh Prince and Martin and Will Smith? What are you talking about?
Fresh Prince. John Witherspoon wasn't in Fresh Prince?
No, you're missing. What I'm saying is
you're
raised on things. What are y'all talking about? Y'all, you need sleep. Y'all are not sharp today. Y'all
I'm not sharp.
No, you're not sharp. You've been raised. You're a Disney kid. You were raised on Disney, no?
Disney? I did see a couple of Disney movies.
You were raised on porn. Regardless, you were raised on something. Is what I'm saying.
They definitely have Disney versions of
what you
porn
talking
stuff,
about?
so.
Heather Hunter was a crush
They
of
have
mine
like
when I was
the
growing up.
characters. They'd be like, this is Little Mermaid.
Don't front on Heather Hunter. Do not front on Heather Hunter.
I was never a fan of Heather Hunter. I wasn't.
How
I've never checked out some of her work.
I wasn't.
She's the first black.
I know.
Famous adult film star.
I've seen her work. I'm just not an avid.
I bet you have seen her.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not an avid.
I've seen her work.
Yeah, let's
All
keep
right,
it clean.
guys, we got to end the show because we got to prepare for our live show.
Word.
We got a bunch of stuff to do. It's like in 2-3 weeks. Yeah. So yeah.
November 14th.
November 14th.
Yes. Oh, and also if you're coming, just know that it is limited seating. So you first to arrive, first to enter. When it's at capacity, it's cut off. So sorry.
Yeah.
Have fun, guys.
Fight outside if they don't let you in.
No, don't fight outside.
Do not fight outside. Do not
Don't
listen to Wilson.
That said, be sure to hit the notification button again to be notified for our latest and the greatest episodes.
Last man standing.
I'm Brandon Killabh Hall.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon. And if you want to do the contest giveaway, enter into our newsletter. We're making an announcement of the winner on Wednesday.
Yep.
Yo, some master of ceremonies right here, man. Young Hobgoblin, what's good? Regular Nas.
That's so trash. That's the worst name.
I know, yeah, he's really winging it now.
Yeah, that's so bad.
He's winging it.
Oh,
It always works, though. I'm Wilson.
And we out. Peace.
Whoop.
Grassroots.